Hello there, friendly neighbors, and welcome back to my channel. My ferret cage has gotten a little well, it's time for a redo. Last time I redid my ferret cage, I challenged myself to do it completely out of things that I had bought from the dollar store. As the title of this video might suggest, today we are doing the same thing again. Except with Walmart, because I wanted to change things up a little bit. I think I did a pretty good job last time, not to toot my own horn here or anything, but I think the cage turned out pretty well. There were obvious problems with it, like the absolutely god-awful cage cover I made and the ramp covers, which just did not work out very well. But besides that, it held up all right. I love the dollar store, and it's really, really hard for me to cheat on the dollar store with another store, especially considering Especially considering I really don't like Walmart. Anytime I go into Walmart, I'm pretty much immediately not having a good time. I don't know if it's the fluorescent lighting or just that everyone in there is unhappy. It's probably both. But I overcame my fear of Walmart for this video. Right, Lyra?
Right.
I am truly brave.
Release me.
So I'm going to show you guys what I got today, what we're going to be working with, but before that, don't forget, it's October, and that means that my new business boxes have dropped this month in celebration of the spooky season. The theme is witches and wizards. There are 4 different types of boxes, and each of them have slightly different items depending on the individual box. Each one contains a little wizard scarf, and you can also buy those separately if you don't want to buy the box, but you still want to get your ferret a cute little costume. So make sure you go check out my Etsy because stock for those is limited and it will run out when enough people buy things. Okay, on to what I got for this video. Just like last video, I'm going to be making liners for all of the pans. I'm going to be making liners for the ladders. Lyra, there's nothing in there. Everything inside of your cage is outside of your cage right now.
But I want in.
It's empty.
I can go in if it's empty.
I'm sorry.
Not sorry enough.
Just like last video, I'm going to be making liners for all of the pans, liners for the ramps, and then some hammocks and beds and stuff to go inside of the cage. I also am going to possibly, don't hold me to this, it might not happen, maybe try to redeem myself and make a cage cover. I don't know. That's the last thing we're going to work on, and we're going to see where we're at, how much fabric we have left, and how much faith I have left in myself. Because right now, it's not a lot. So we'll have to see what happens when it happens. Because it is fall, which here in Canada is the 5 days we get before it starts snowing, I wanted to stick to sort of a fall theme and fall colors. For the liners themselves, I'm going to be making them out of this red velvet blanket and this nice yellow blanket. If you tie it together with this other blanket that I got, I think they work together really, really well. I got this blanket so that I can use this to make hammocks and stuff, and the reason I like this one is because it's got a nice little plush inside here, so I think that means I'm not gonna have to double it up. I'm just gonna be able to use this as the nice soft inside, and this as the beautiful aesthetic outside.
Yes. This is a blanket.
I got this little tiny brown one, which I think matches the colors pretty nicely, and hopefully this stays together pretty well in the wash. And I also got this cute one. I think it brings out the yellow color in that yellow blanket, and again, it stays with the theme, just a pretty typical standard bed.
Thank you.
And lastly, in terms of beds, I found this really cute tent in the pet section, and I thought it was adorable. I'm really not sure what it's gonna look like or if I'm gonna end up even using it, but either way, it is super cute, and I thought I'd give it a shot.
Allow me to inspect this next. Oh my. It is a box.
Now, if I'm going to be making hammocks, of course we need to be able to secure these to the cage. So, for ties, I decided we're going to be using shoelaces. I couldn't find any actual string. If I'm being honest, I was probably just looking in the wrong section. Another reason I hate Walmart, it's too big. I can't find the things I need. Is string in the craft section or is it in the hardware section? I don't know, Walmart. They're on 2 opposite sides of your store. fix yourself, please. And finally, I bought some shower curtain rods. My friend Victoria recently told me that these work very well to keep up hammocks in ferret cages, and I was like, oh my god, what a big brain you have there. What do you think, Alara? Do you think we're gonna be able to do this? Do you believe in me?
Based on your track record, I have about 43% faith in you.
Well, there you have it. So let's get cutting, let's get loosely measuring, and after that, let's get sewing. I'm gonna make my ferrets a nice new cage. Hopefully, I hope it's nice. I guess we'll find out.
My turn, my turn. Big sister, please.
If you even so much as breathe in my direction, I will end you.
K.
So first we got the big pan. I think it makes sense for me to do the big pans in the yellow, because there's not quite as much yellow in this, so I think it'll make the like yellows pop more. I studied fashion in school, so I know what I'm talking about. Obviously. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough of this fabric to make both of it yellow, but you know what, that's okay. I'll make one yellow and one red, and that's gonna be life for ya. We're going with a very similar technique that I did last time, in which I just lay it down and cut it and don't measure anything. Oh my goodness, Lyra! Are you excited for a pretty new cage? Are you excited for some fall themes? Now you're gonna have to move because I have to cut things.
No, this is more fun.
Alara, you're on Lyra duty.
No, I don't want to.
Can you please move?
I would, but I don't have legs.
No legs.
Now we're gonna do the big pan in the red blanket, which is significantly bigger than the yellow one is, so hopefully we'll have a little more room. Beautiful. Now, as I have mentioned before, I only make a liner for one of the small pans in my double ferret nation cage because my ferrets eat on the other layer that has the small pan, and since my ferrets are raw fed, I don't like putting fabric under it. I just feel like that's kind of risking bacterial issues. So, one little pan, and we're probably gonna have to do that out of the red, even though I would like to do it out of the yellow. I just don't think I have enough yellow fabric. I do not. Beautiful. We have them all cut out. Now I get to go to the point where I sew them and I don't pin them, because who does that? Pin your fabric? Gross. In what world? Starting off with the little bitty one. Come on. Why are you being like this? Starting off with having to pick my thread out. Oni-chan says, "How dare you try and sew a thick fabric on me? You know I am fragile and sensitive." Hey, get over yourself. No one cares. I love my sewing machine. I promise. Ow, I stabbed myself. I can't tell if I'm bleeding or if it's just all the little fuzzies that are coming off this fabric. At least if I do bleed on this fabric, you're not going to be able to tell. I made one. On to the next one. Now that went poorly. I had to really bunch this fabric towards the end because I guess the top layer was slipping. So the corner of this is gonna it's gonna have a textured look to it, and that's gonna be an artistic choice. At least that's what we'll tell them. You know what? I will pin the other side. How about that? It's pinned. Sort of. Loosely pinned. Whatever. Okay, last one. This one I can't bleed on, because you will see it if I bleed on this one, so we gotta be a little more careful. There, I've got all my big liners done. I am covered in little fuzz bits of fuzz and it's all over my floor. So we're gonna have a fun time sweeping later, hey? Ain't that just how life is though, hey? I wanna put these in my cage. I'm gonna put little beds in my cage and stuff and see how they go, and then I'm gonna start looking at how it works together spatially. And we'll start thinking about what sort of hammocks and stuff we wanna put in. And I also wanna make this little tent thing really quick so I can see how it fits into the cage. It looks a little complicated, but we're gonna figure it out. Oh, well, these are very small instructions. You're expecting me to be able to figure it out with this much instructions. You're expecting a lot from me right now. Let me see, I'll look at the pictures. I don't really like reading instructions. Okay, take the tube bundle, it says. And then you're supposed to put these into here. So far, I've got it. I don't know if this is going to fit in their cage, but I'll find out. And if not, then they have a cute little bed for outside of their cage. But let's go put everything in the cage. And we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. I have decided the tent is not going to fit. I can like kind of crush it maybe. And then the ladder's gotta be here. Wait, one second. Or maybe I spoke too soon. Alright, I have determined that if I do a little bit of creative sewing, I can make the tent fit. So that's what we're gonna be doing. It's gonna look like that, and I think that is acceptable. And not only is it acceptable, it is also hella cute. I'm gonna make the hammock that I wanna make first, because for that, it's important that I have this nice edge that isn't frayed. It'll make it look better and it'll make my life a little bit easier. Let's cut on this side, because then I have lines that I can follow. Ah, I love checkered fabric. You can follow the lines. It makes life so much easier. Let's think big brain plan here. So I need to essentially make 2 hammocks that I fold together, and I can stitch along the edge. What's the shorter end of this? Basically going like this, then. Because basically I'm trying to make a hammock that's like this, and then they can go inside. You see? Let me see. How big is this? It is 23-ish inches long. Yeah, this is gonna be a little too big. But I might cut it this size, and then I can put a dart in it to make it smaller. Would that work? I think it would work. I'm just gonna cut it like this. In fact, I actually know. I know it's gonna work. Because I did this thing called believing in myself earlier today. By God, she's finished. Look at that! Oh my God! This is like the cutest hammock I've ever made. Probably the best thing I've ever made on my entire YouTube channel, guys. You're just looking at it right now. They can go inside. It's nice and cozy and soft on the inside. Oh my God. I cannot wait to get this in that cage. The next thing I want to make is a little cube thing that Nova had and loves in her cage, and I don't know how I'm going to be making this. But I'm thinking about it really hard. How is this put together? Well, I don't know if I can do this with this stitching. I have determined that I need to think on how to do this a little longer before I'm ready to do it on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna make one of these one day. That's a future video for me. A future challenge. I'm gonna figure it out. Today's not that day though. It's just not. I don't have the brain capacity for it. I only have an hour left of battery life. It's not the day for it, okay? Sometimes you gotta forgive yourself for not being able to do the things that you set out to do. So then, next on the chopping block, I'm going to make some, what are they called? Ladder covers. That's what they're called. I'm also going to use this fabric to make those. I know the mistake I made the first time I tried to make ladder covers, okay? I understand it, I've played it by in my head, and I figured it out. My mistake was using Velcro. So instead of Velcro, I'm going to be using snaps this time. I'm going to make the cover over the ladder, and then I'm going to have a little tab of fabric that sticks out, and I'm going to just wrap that around and snap it right in with a beautiful little snap. It's going to work beautifully, it's going to be okay, and we're going to redeem ourselves from last time, because those covers I made last time only lasted like one wash, and then I threw them away and I went back to using the ones that came with the Ferret Nation cage. We're gonna redeem ourselves. You just gotta believe. We'll go in there. Okay. Everything's fine. Everything's dandy. Pinny pin pin. How do we feel about that? Now, how long do I need this to be? I'm doing a seam allowance. Let's put it there. Okay, I'm gonna make one of these because I want to make one and see if my plan actually works. If it does, then I can repeat the process for the other two. And if our plan doesn't work, I'll just cry about it. What else is new? Oh, like a dang glove. Okay, it's a little bit short. Noted for next time. This is my pride flag, which I use to flip things whenever they are thin things that need to be flipped. If you have ever purchased something off of my Etsy, just know, this pride flag has probably helped me flip it. I'm gonna just sew it right onto here, and then we're just gonna flip it over and have a little snap on this side. And it's gonna work super great. Everything's gonna be wonderful. I'm not gonna have any problems. Life is gonna be good from here on out. In order to get these snaps on, I have to do one of my least favorite things in the entire world, which is hand stitching. I could put them on via the machine, but I kind of suck at doing that, and I always find it ends up a little bit off. So I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way, which just really sucks. I hate this so much. I can't find the hole that it's supposed to go through. Anyone who says they like hand stitching is probably a sociopath. Stay far away, that's a red flag. I have to do this 6 times. Kill me. I'm hungry. I should have gotten nibs for this. That's on me. I'm not gonna have any problems. Life is gonna be good from here on out. This is gonna be my hell when I finally die. Satan's gonna come up to me and say, yo, guess what your hell is? And I'm gonna say, what? And he's gonna say, you gotta hand stitch for the rest of eternity. It's just gonna be real rough for me, guys. Real rough. I did it. That was a true test of patience and who I am as a person. If this doesn't fit, I'm gonna scream. We got our ramp cover. It's beautiful. Love it. And then we got this little tabby tab sticking out. We're gonna shove that right through the bars there. Boom. There we go. Secured. And then we loop it around and we snap it. Please fit. God, please. 1 second. We snap it. I'm getting there. We snap it into place. Oh, it worked. God bless. Much better than my first time trying to do ramp liners. Why can I never think of the word for ramp liners? It always sneaks by me. So I'm gonna go make 2 more of these off camera, and I'm gonna go put them in the cage, and then we're gonna get going on the next thing. Wow, guys, this is coming together really well. I'm loving this cage so far. I'm very excited to see where it takes us. I will see you in a bit. So I finished up with all of my ramps, and they look... And then I took a little break to eat something, and when I came back, I made a couple more hammocks, and by golly, my cage is ready, and it is done. I am very excited to show it off to you guys, so let's go on over and take a look. So here it is, my Ferret's brand new cage. I got all of the liners done and I think they look really good. I also finished a couple pieces of spare fabric so that I can make little blankets for it. I hung that hammock that I made. I made another little hammock out of some yellow fabric. And I made a little pillow for the inside of the tent for them because I felt it would be a little uncomfortable if I didn't do that. Did I make a cage cover? No. No, I did not. At least, not until the next day. I was super mad the night after making this because I was using that blue blanket that I had as a cage cover and oh my god, it did not match. It honestly brought me physical pain. So when I woke up the next morning, I got to work making the cage cover of my dreams and my dudes. It looks so good. Absolutely nothing like the awful Dollarama cage cover that we are not going to talk about. I used the checkered blanket for the front of it and then the red one for both of the sides. I have the cage cover only covering the top half of the cage and not actually covering anything on the back, and I did this on purpose. It's because I really don't want my cage to be completely dark during the day. Ferrets rely on natural light cycles for their bodies to know what time of year it is and then regulate hormones properly. So natural night and day patterns are actually really important for them, and I do want their bodies to know when it's daytime, so having that extra light coming in through the back and the bottom of the cage is going to help them with that. I also sewed some ties into the back of the cage cover just using that shoelace because I wanted it to stay exactly where I wanted it. Honestly, I am so obsessed with this cage cover and I think that it really makes the cage come together. Now all I have to do is see how my ferrets like it and hopefully they like it because I just spent all day working on it. But we'll find out.
Alright, I am here for the home inspection. I noticed you had no paperwork together, so right away that's a little sus. This feels strange. But I'll allow it. Excuse me. Please don't interrupt my inspection. Everything on this floor checks out. Let's see how the upstairs is looking. Soft. Soft. Very soft.
Can I be a home inspector too?
No, this is my job, get your own. Okay, here's my final verdict. It's good. Okay, good night.
Well, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys had fun watching me do a little cage makeover. Lyra.
Need up.
Lyra, the ladder is here now.
No talk, just up.
Lyra, it's here.
I will do it this way.
Okay, well that works, I guess.
I am the champion.
Don't forget to check out my Etsy if you're still interested in buying one of those new business boxes. I was very excited by the theme this month, so I'm excited to see you guys buy them and see what you think about them. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as well, because by doing all those things, you too can become a citizen of the friendly neighborhood. I will see you guys next time when I do something. I'm not quite sure what yet. I don't plan that far ahead. Goodbye, everybody.